If you think back to one of my previous videos, I told you that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Unfortunately, there is something that's even worse than that, and that is a woman scorned that is sent back from the very bowels of hell. Hello, welcome back to the Jessabelle project. I'm Adrian with a face for radio, and on today's episode I'm going to take a dive to my own personal DVD collection, as today we go through my top 5 most evil female spirits in movies. So, cue the music. Number 5, it's Mary Aminoff, film Don't Knock Twice. At number 5, it's Mary Aminoff of the film Don't Knock Twice. For Jess, life has never been better. A successful American sculptor, she has recently returned to the UK where she spent much of her troubled youth. Now, happily married, wealthy and settled, all that remains to make her life complete is to rebuild her relationship with Chloe, the daughter she was forced to give up 9 years ago. But when Chloe agrees to come and live with her, Jess's optimism to make amends is soon crushed as her daughter is hiding a horrible secret. A supernatural curse has claimed the life of her boyfriend Danny and is now coming for her. Soon Jess comes to realise that she is all that stands between her daughter and the terrifying supernatural force. Don't Knock Twice, it's one of the better British made horror films that's been released in quite a while. It's one of those kind of stories that I think every village has got. You know, the old creepy house and there's a witch lives there, and you, as a kid, you go and dare you and your friends to go and knock on the door. Well, in this film, there is a very, very creepy house, and there is a very, very creepy witch who lives there. And if you knock twice, then she will come looking for you. Now, I think this is an awesome film. I think the witch in it is absolutely brilliant. There's some really creepy parts in it as well. There's some fantastic jump scares as well. It's one of these films where it's got mixed reviews, you know, from film critics, mixed reviews on YouTube as well. But there are one or two horror fans that do actually praise Don't Knock Twice. I can highly recommend it. Fantastic watch, and I will definitely give Don't Knock Twice 4 evil Ednas. At number 4, it's Jessabelle from the film Jessabelle. Returning to her childhood home in Louisiana to recuperate from a horrific car accident, Jessabelle comes face to face with a long, tormented spirit that has been seeking her return and has no intention on letting her escape. Jessabelle. Now, this came from the people who made Paranormal Activity and Insidious. I think this flew under a lot of people's radars. Oh, it's got a nice spooky cover on it there, look. Yeah, flew under a lot of people's radars, this one. It's one of those films that doesn't get very good reviews on YouTube, especially from horror fans, and I don't know why, because it is a slow burner. You have to watch this a couple of times to get the most out of it. Well, to be honest, when me and Claire first watched it, we didn't think much to it, but we gave it another go, and then you start noticing the little things that you missed the first time round, and it is a really fantastic film. It's well acted. The storyline's fantastic as well. The ending, some might say it's a bit obvious, but but I think that's usually in hindsight. Uh, it's a bit of a surprise ending, but like I say, we love this film. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So I will give Jessabelle 4 Evil Ednas. At 3, it's The Weeping Woman from the film The Curse of La Llorona. She is the weeping woman, and those who hear her death call in the night are doomed. She creeps in the shadows and preys on the children, desperate to replace her own. In 1970s Los Angeles, ignoring the eerie warning of a troubled mother suspected of child endangerment, a social worker and her own young kids are soon drawn into a frightening supernatural realm. The only hope of surviving La Llorona's deadly wrath may be a disillusioned priest and the mysticism he practices to keep evil at bay, on the fringes where fear and faith collide. The Curse of La Llorona. This is the, I think, 6th instalment in the Conjuring universe. Critics hated this. A lot of horror fans have panned this, and I don't know why. It must be another case that they must be watching a different film to what we watched. Absolutely fantastic story. I've never come across this story before. It's an old legend. It's got the jump scares in it that you'd expect, but not, expect when you're watching the film. The child actors that are in it, for once, don't bug you. They're actually rather good. I think they're fantastic. They're not bugging the face off you or anything. The weeping woman in it is really creepy. You do feel sorry for it in a way, but you have to think she did murder a kid, so can you really feel sorry for her that much? But no, it's a fantastic story. I can recommend it, highly recommend this one. It is a part of the Conjuring universe, so if you've got all the films and they've been put off by the reviews, for this one, don't be put off, go out and buy it. Absolutely loved it, and I will give this one The Curse of La Llorona 4 Evil Ednas. At 2, it's Charlotte Rivers from the film Fragile. When troubled nurse Amy arrives at the dilapidated Mercy Falls Children's Hospital to help its evacuation, she discovers that the patients have been disturbed by a hostile presence. Children's bones are being inexplicably broken. They are nervous and afraid of something intangible, invisible. Something full of pain and hatred, something that shouldn't even exist. Amy knows the perpetrator must be forced to reveal the truth, and the truth is darker and more sinister than anyone could ever suspect. Fragile is one of those films you can be very well excused for not knowing about. You've probably not heard of this one. Stars Clarissa Flockhart as a nurse, goes to a children's hospital to help them move them to a brand new hospital, but there's something there that doesn't want the children to leave. This is an absolute fantastic horror story. It's one of those that Claire and myself picked up for the cheap. thought, well, we can gear to watch, not spent a lot on it, and we're absolutely blown away. Charlotte Rivers in this, she will stick in your head for a very, very long time. Not one to watch if you've got a hospital appointment coming up or you've got an overnight stay in a hospital. Definitely one to avoid for that. But again, child actors in it, fantastic. Like I say, the storyline's brilliant, and I say there's some really gory bits that turn your stomach in it as well. And like I say, Charlotte Rivers, she will stick in your head for a very, very, very long time. So, with all that out of the way, I'm definitely going to give Fragile 5 Evil Ednas. And at number 1, it's Janet Humphrey from the film The Woman in Black. The Woman in Black tells the tale of Arthur Kipps, a lawyer who is forced to leave his young son and travel to a remote village to attend the affairs of a recently deceased owner of Eelmarsh House. Working alone in the old mansion, Kipps begins to uncover the town's tragic and tortured secrets, and his fears escalate when he discovers that local children have been disappearing under mysterious circumstances. When those closest to him become threatened by the vengeful Woman in Black, Kipps must find a way to break the cycle of terror. The Woman in Black. Now, Claire is the big horror fan in the house. I love horror, but I much prefer sci-fi. But this, without a shadow of a doubt, is my favourite horror film of all time. Daniel Radcliffe, finally breaking the shackles from his Harry Potter days, is absolutely superb in this film. But then again, I've not seen a film where he's not been good in it. He's one of our greatest actors, absolutely is brilliant. The Woman in Black, Janet Humphrey, she gives me the heebie-jeebies. Now, I've got goosebumps just talking about this film. I don't like watching this film on my own. No, films don't usually bother me like that, but this is still that one film that after I finish watching it, all the lights in the house are on. They are not going off till I get up the following morning. There are some really, really horrific jump scares in this. The story's fantastic, the acting's brilliant. I think this was the first from the Hammer Studio when they were starting up again. There's an absolutely massive hit with this. The one that they did after that was it called The Quiet Ones or something? It was supposed to be the most scariest film of all time. Absolute pants, that one. I'd avoid that one at all costs. It's rubbish. But Woman in Black is the film that still raises the hackles up on the back of my neck every single time. Also worth a watch is the 1989 film version of The Woman in Black. It can be found to watch for free on YouTube. That version, although it's dated a little bit, I'd still give a good 4 Evil Ednas for, but we're talking about the Daniel Radcliffe version. So my favourite horror film of all time. Absolutely love it. Still scares the bejesus out of me. Janet Humphrey is probably the most evil female ghost ever, and I'll send Claire around to fight you for that. But with that in mind, I'm going to give The Woman in Black my top 5 Evil Ednas. And that's the end of another episode. I hope you all enjoyed that one. I hope you found something that you've not seen before, so you can go out and give them all the watch. They're all excellent films. So if you did enjoy my video and you haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe to my channel. Very much appreciated. And share and like my videos too. Also, don't forget you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And with all that in mind, I'd like to thank you all again for watching, and is to see you all again on the next episode of the Adrian Bar Project.